7 Things You Didn't Know About Tom Hardy. Replacing Mel Gibson as the legendary Max Rokitansky is a tall order. Thankfully, we've got the man for the job, Tom Hardy, who needs no introduction and whom we will be seeing again in a black latex suit in Venom, There Be Carnage, set to be released on September 24th. The Englishman is already considered one of the best actors of his generation, and he has truly put pedal to the metal in his rise to Hollywood stardom. That's not to say that he is played by the usual film industry rules. Tom has a reputation for being a bit hard to work with. He had more than a few disagreements with fellow Fury Road co-star Charlize Theron. Also, you might have heard about his notorious fistfight with another promising star like Shia LaBeouf. Nevertheless, it seems like the risks are worth the effort. Hardy's resume is a who's who of top film directors. From Ridley Scott to Christopher Nolan, all the big names want to work with him, and he's run the gamut from art house fare to blockbuster superhero films. Yeah, there must be something to the guy. If you're still wondering what something is, we've got you covered. There is quite a lot of a turbulent backstory to his current success, with nights spent in jail, car stealing, gun possession, and rehab. So let's take a few minutes to learn what makes The Drop, The Dark Knight Rises, and Inception big name tick. Keep watching to find out 7 things you probably didn't know about Tom Hardy while counting down the days for the long-awaited Venom sequel premiere. And remember, if you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We never stop working on new content, so click on the bell icon to get notified every time we've got a new video for you. You don't want to miss it. Number 7. He won a modeling contest. Quick, what do you think was Tom Hardy's debut on screen? No, it wasn't Black Hawk Down or Band of Brothers. Tom first became known to the public in the small screen, but not as an actor. In 1998, he participated in a modeling contest for British morning show The Big Breakfast. Of course, that was only a 21-year-old version of him, strutting his stuff down the runway. In any case, he already knew how to look good, although he has given up that hairstyle. Ridiculous as it may look now, we got a glimpse of his promising future on the show. He described himself as a drama student and a fan of Gary Oldman. Little did he know he would end up sharing more than a few screen credits with him. Also, he won the modeling contest, getting the feeling the camera loved him already back then. Number 6. He was expelled twice for theft and misbehavior. Tom's devil-may-care attitude on the runway is a good pointer towards his general demeanor when he was younger. Born in 1977 to comedy writer Edward "Chips" Hardy and painter Elizabeth Ann Barrett. It made sense for Tom to get into the arts, though he wasn't concerned at all about his academic career. A naughty boy from 12 to 19, with a severe alcohol and drug abuse problem, he constantly failed in classes and he was expelled from Reed's boarding school for stealing. Once he decided that he wanted to become an actor, things didn't turn out much better. According to the Screen Hardman himself, he was also expelled from the Richmond Drama School for being a little expletive. But when he started studying at London's Drama Centre, things started looking up for him. He didn't finish his studies there either, but it was only because Steven Spielberg cast him for Band of Brothers. Let that be a lesson not to get discouraged by academic setbacks. But don't set your expectations too high. We're still waiting for Christopher Nolan to call us. Number 5. He went to school with Michael Fassbender. As we said, Hardy left the Drama Center before he graduated, but he does remember a few significant experiences there. When he was a student, the whole school was impressed by another kid 2 years his senior. That bright student was none other than Michael Fassbender. Tom has recalled that the Irish-German performer and car racer used to be extremely serious about method acting. When he played a wheelchair-bound veteran, he would not get up from the wheelchair even to order lunch. That must have enraged the other students in the cafeteria, but Tom still remembers him as the best actor in the school. Hardy and Fassbender have not crossed paths too often, although they both got roles in Band of Brothers. There is one thing Tom can thank Michael for though. When he stepped down from a role in the spy film Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, Hardy ended up replacing him. Number 4. He almost became a rapper. Back when he was a wayward youth, Tom had other hobbies besides modeling on TV. Like any kid from his generation, Tom was a fan of hip-hop. Such a fan, in fact, that he aspired to be a professional rapper before he even considered acting. The guy even got a record contract, and he was managed by the same people as the Fugees. His demo is nowhere to be found, but there are still a few videos of him showing his lyrical expertise. Of course, Tom hasn't felt the need to go back to rapping after his incredible success in film. However, that hasn't stopped him from showing his skills from time to time, even in the most mundane situations. Tom may not be a G, but he is the definition of cool dad. Number 3. He used to be a drinker and drug addict. So far, we have got class-skipping, hip-hop loving young model who doesn't care about his career. It sounds like a recipe for disaster, but none of those things were the biggest danger to Tom's career. Starting as a teenager, Hardy became addicted to alcohol and crack cocaine, which almost killed him. In fact, he barely escaped a prison sentence thanks to his partner in crime's British diplomat father. That close call didn't seem to affect his addiction, and he went on taking drugs well after his career had started. In 2003, Tom woke awash in blood and vomit in the middle of the streets of London's Soho. That's when he decided to quit messing around, and he's been clean ever since, going through group counseling and therapy and being in a quality relationship with actress Charlotte Riley in order to keep his feet on the ground. At the very least, those experiences gave him the knowledge he needed to bring some truth to his performances. Back in 2011, he played the son of an alcoholic ex-boxer in the film Warrior, and he says that his acting wouldn't be as good if he hadn't experienced alcoholism firsthand. Now you know why he also nails it playing Venom. He's been really close to the dark side. Number 2. He once put on more than 40 pounds. Thankfully, Tom doesn't apply that experience-first approach to every role, but he does prepare as much as necessary for every performance. Back in 2008, he played the titular character in Bronson, a film about the most violent prisoner in the UK. Hardy ended up gaining 42 pounds to portray criminal Michael Gordon Peterson, all through intensive training. Just kidding, his process basically consisted of eating chocolate and pizza, playing Xbox, shaving his head, and growing a mustache. He did lift a friend up and down the stairs, so at least there was some exercise. Don't let that fool you into thinking Tom is a slouch. His next movie was the aforementioned boxing film Warrior, and he says that he was a complete mess when drilling started. Hardy had to do 2 hours of boxing, 2 hours of Muay Thai, 2 hours of Jiu-Jitsu, 2 hours of choreography, and 2 hours of weightlifting every day for whole 8 weeks. Those extra kilos just melted away. Number 1. He improvised one of his most famous scenes. Gaining weight is not the only way Tom shows commitment to his roles. He is almost obsessed with understanding the films he works in, and he tries his hardest to be true to the script. He also performs his own stunts, so you know he's fully invested in whatever he's playing. That said, Hardy knows sometimes it's better to go with what you feel, and he actually applied this nugget of wisdom in the first Venom film. You probably remember that infamous lobster tank scene. We haven't been able to forget it since we saw it. Well, you'll be surprised to hear that the script actually didn't involve any lobsters. Hardy was supposed to cause a scene in the restaurant. After spotting the tank, Tom decided to go full-on method actor and jumped right in. Not a bad decision, of course. The director decided to write it into the script, and it's been the subject of our seafood-induced nightmares ever since. Well, that's our video about Bane, or Venom, or Max. Let's just leave it at Tom, shall we? Do you have any other interesting tidbits about him? If you do, please share them with us in the comments section below. And don't forget that we can always use some support. Click on the like and subscribe buttons to show your love. Also, remember to hit the bell icon and you'll be the first to know all there is to know about your favorite Hollywood stars and musical stars. Thanks for watching.